Welcome back to another episode of the Lower Class Content Podcast. I am your host, Keith, and I am joined today by the guest.
Elijah,
Hey, it's just the two of us, isn't it?
just the two of us. We can get copyrighted if we try, just the two of us. You and
Exactly,
I.
exactly. So,
I started singing that and I'm like, ooh, copyright.
yeah, everyone else is missing. They said they would be here on, what was it, Sunday? Or I think I asked yesterday if you guys would be here. Maybe it was on Sunday I asked. And all of you said yeah. All of you said yeah. I asked earlier today, and Kevin didn't say anything. Dom said he couldn't make it, and Robbie said he couldn't make it. No, the listeners haven't heard Robbie
Robbie
yet.
hasn't shown up to any of them.
He hasn't showed up to any episodes yet. He was one of the original 3 that was supposed to be here, and he has not been able to make it to any of them. But
Nope.
um,
That's the first time I've seen a message in this chat, but I guess I missed
that
the
is
other one.
true. That is true. I think that is the first time he's messaged in the chat. Um, but yeah, so it's just Elijah and I. We're gonna go through these topics today, and it may be a little bit short. With just the two of us and whatnot. We'll see. Elijah has a plan for how to fill some time, and
What do you mean a plan?
so we'll get to that at the end. That's our last topic. But our first topic, Elijah. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Thursday that you were playing Tarkov. But no, it wasn't Thursday. It was Saturday. Saturday, you were playing Tarkov by yourself. And as you put it, not because you wanted to, but because no one was on.
Yeah, no one was on. And then when I got to play yesterday, my power went out.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
I
whatever day I said that no one was playing, so I just had to play by myself. And then I think
yeah,
Kevin got on later on.
Kevin got on right as you had to leave to go let out the dog for a bit.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, this was Saturday. So I was taking care of the animals over at my mom's house like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and like 2 p.m. I had to go let the dogs out, and like right as I'm about to go let the dogs out, Kevin makes a grand appearance, and I'm like, oh, well, you look at who shows up. But
Yep, yep.
whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I was waiting there. I'm like, is he gonna get back before I have to leave? Like, is this gonna happen? And the answer was no. I had to go before you got back. It was like
Yeah, I
it was
mean,
over an hour and a half after you left when I left.
I think I got back like right after you left then.
Very possibly. I could check the logs to find out, but I'm feeling too lazy to do that. But
Wow, can't believe it.
yeah, like just the fact that the fact that you were playing by yourself, not because you didn't want to, but you didn't want to play by yourself, but no one was
Man,
on, so you did. Like that seems like a very
Tarkov don't grind itself.
it seems very self-destructive, don't you think?
What, playing Tarkov by yourself? No, I'm not playing PvP.
Oh, because you didn't want to play by yourself, but you did anyways because no one else was on it. It just seems self-destructive, and your player certainly thought so too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I forgot about the bit. So during this stretch of time up until like yesterday morning at like 2 in the morning or whatever the patch went out, um, there was a 100% boss spawn rate event going on. So anywhere a boss could spawn, like map wise, not locationally wise, but everywhere a boss could spawn, a boss did spawn. So the goons were on like 4 maps simultaneously. Um, Kaban was always there, Reshala was always there, and I don't know what they did to Reshala, but they juiced him to a high heaven, and he was the only boss that I know of that they touched in that manner because all of his guards were running like class 5 helmets. which are like second best class of armor you can run in the game. And usually is not seen on any guards, period, or any scabs, period. Um, and they were also running like high pen ammo, so you were running around like level 6 plates and dying to them within seconds. It was crazy. It
Yep,
hurt,
yep.
and I died. I didn't die to the goon. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know Tarkov, the goons are a 3-man, like a 3-man squad of bosses, and you have two dudes that just rush you and one guy who's a sniper, so they'll shoot you at range. And they are way more predictable and way easier to kill than Rashal and all of his guards. Um, even when it wasn't the like, even when it was the event, because normally Rashal and his guards are a joke. Unless you just run in and die. But the goons were so much easier of a thing because they're so much more predictable. Shoot at them, they'll run straight at you. Um, but Rashal and his guards were like he was playing PvP, and I'm like, I'm gonna avoid that.
Yep, yep. Yeah, that was definitely something to listen to. Keep in mind, he didn't consider at all asking me to play with him while I was on VC.
True, I didn't.
And not that
Shame
I
on me.
probably would have, but he didn't consider it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you would want to get absolutely shit on by.
No, probably not. Probably not. Especially, I think at the time, what was I doing at the time? Oh, right. I was either finishing building my desk or I was editing episode 3. I can't remember which one it was.
I think you were editing.
Yeah. I was definitely editing at one point during that. Our next topic, the
Um,
LCC icon. Well,
oh
we
no,
have not gotten really any viewers. Like I think we're still sitting at 19 viewers across the first two videos. Um
yeah, because you haven't released the third, and we're
yeah, I
recording
was
the
the
fourth.
third. The second video has done better on watch time. Uh
We
that's
have those retention metrics now.
the but it has yeah, so the first video has 15 people that watched it for an average of 19 seconds. And then the second video has 4 people who watch it for an average of 1 minute and 4 seconds. Um,
Where is the episode 2 link?
I put it in the chat. I told Kevin to tell you.
I know, I can't find it.
It's right above the thumbnail. Oh,
Is
oh, I
this
guess that's the episode 3 link that I did.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to find the episode 2 link.
It'd be further up. It'd be further up. But yeah, so um, there's that. Yeah, the since obviously we don't have enough people watching these to leave comments clearly. Um,
We'll get there eventually, you know?
eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Um, there's no one that's asked this question yet, but I'm certain at some point someone is going to think about it, and we're gonna have to refer them back to
Oh,
episode 3
that's not good.
or episode 4, I guess.
I
What's
think I think episode 2 is unavailable. I think you privated episode 2.
episode 2 should not be privated. That link
Did
may be
you
bad, but it
Yeah, the 1st of this month, 3 days ago, you put out a link, right? Or was
uh
that
oh no, that's for episode 3.
that would make sense.
Yeah. Are you not able to watch it from with that
I
using that
can't.
link?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, there's
Okay.
the link.
I thought you'd be able to watch it if you already had the link.
Nope.
Okay.
4
Well,
views.
that's
Alright.
that's quite unfortunate, but we'll have to fix that later.
You know,
Um
I still to this day have not watched the first episode.
yeah, it's probably good for your hearing. It was a rough one.
Was it really
But
bad?
but anyways, uh yeah, so basically there's no one has asked this question yet, but I'm certain people will eventually. What is our icon? not true. Um,
Oh no, does it actually look like that?
I
And isn't mine the only one that's like that though, other than Kevin's?
have
Yeah,
you
mine
not
and Kevin are
seen the
the
server icon?
oh, right, yeah, that's the furry Jesus one.
Now, the lore. Now, let me see if I can. I'm gonna
Wait,
actually pull up the.
I remember when that one was changed. That was an interesting time.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull up the.
What was it before? Because I really liked the one before, and then I didn't really like this new one.
Let's see.
I mean,
Switch
it's well drawn, but why?
sharepaint.net.
Why?
Um, here we go. So, oh, I just realized I have not changed our topic yet.
You
Uh,
do this every time. He figured out a way to do it in post, though.
yes,
Oh
I did
yeah,
find
I
a way
want
to
to
do
see
it
the third
post.
episode so I can see what in the world that topic was.
um,
Because he didn't change it.
okay. So, um, look at this. What I'm actually going to do, I'm also going to screen share it. So that way Elijah can see
Oh
what I'm
boy.
talking about. So here we have our server icon. And this was made by one of our previous members for our server icon competition.
Yeah.
And the whole idea was um, we have a member of our staff team. You know, some of you may recognize the name. His name's Kevin, and because of his long hair, um, he would often be referred to as Jesus in high school. That was his nickname, and um, he also had he had this stuffed animal dog. These were the photos that were submitted, and the
These are
um,
very different photos to the furry
yeah. Well,
Jesus.
these were the reference photos. So the requirement, um, it has to have some relation to the greatest lower class citizen in history, um, Jesus. Okay, and so using those reference photos, what ended up winning was this one right here, which basically um, swapped Kevin and his plush dog. So it's the plush Jesus and then the dog, but the dog is holding the Jesus and has his shirt and whatnot. So that's that's where the server icon came from. And what's crazy is this icon was actually made in, I think it was 30 minutes.
That's only half hour.
Yeah, the person
Damn.
making it is really good at art. They did an amazing job. Um,
I would love to see what they could do in like 48 hours.
um, there's that. That's
Now that we've got the nuh out of the way.
that's the story for the LCC icon. It's just Kevin. It's that simple. It's just Kevin and his plush dog. But you know,
It's just Kevin always has been.
yeah. And we're 20 minutes into the episode.
Wow.
Yep. And now
That was
Kevin's and now not Kevin. Now Elijah's gonna take it from here
what am I thinking?
because
Where am
he
I
said
going?
that he knows a lot of FNAF lore.
Oh my god, I mean I said it as a joke.
Oh well,
Oh
it's
boy.
unfortunately too late. Now you got to talk about it.
Oh, now we gotta talk about FNAF lore? Well, what do you wanna do? Because I was
Well,
joking about doing a FNAF theory.
you
What aspect of
exactly
the
exactly
lore?
you well sure okay. I put lore on the list, but I mean
Yeah, because it's like, okay, there's like so much stuff that you could do about FNAF. Like, What do
We
you want
we
to do?
could we could do theory instead. Would you rather talk about FNAF theory instead of
Well,
FNAF
if
lore?
you well, because all the lore is just theory.
Well, so yeah, go ahead.
Like
Well,
you,
where
the
where
first
would you
game.
like to start?
I- Okay, we'll do like a first game intro lore tidbit from somebody who like semi knows lore. Um, but pretty much. Should we do a content warning because it's about dead kids? Oh, whoops.
I think it'll be fine. Just yeah.
I think it'll be okay.
I
Um,
I think that's the warning, if anything.
yeah. Leave now if you don't want to hear about dead kids.
Yep.
It was like 90% of the
I'm
viewers.
gonna go fill up my
Yeah.
water, so you're gonna be talking to the audience while I'm going to do that.
Oh boy. Well, hello, audience. Welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's Theories with Elijah. But no, so anyway, so FNAF 1 was not only the first game of the series, but where the lore is the simplest and and it originates from. At first, it just kind of seems like you're in a creepy pizzeria with animatronics coming at you, trying to kill you. Um, but then you can see newspaper clippings, and the newspaper clippings talk about like a long ago past, some people think like 20 odd years ago, of how five kids went missing. And um, I think it might say somewhere in the newspaper clippings that they're presumed dead. Um, but pretty much it's like, yeah, five kids went missing, and the the sorry, I'm looking at the newspaper clippings right now.
You
Oh
want
yeah, so
to
like one of
you want
the
to screen share them?
oh yeah, I probably should. Uh, hang on, let me eh,
Yeah,
let
just
me
don't
get
screen
the
share the wrong tab. You don't need to get in trouble.
yeah. Thankfully, my background is not playing nice and it's just completely black. They don't want to see my thing. Anyway, so like here's one of the ones that you can find. It's like kids vanish at local pizzeria, bodies not found. Two local children were reportedly lured into a back room during the late hours of operation at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria on the night of June 26th. While video surveillance identified the man responsible and led to his capture and following oh my god, I can't read. Led to his capture the following morning. Two children themselves were never found and were presumed dead. Um, yeah, and then it talks about how he lured them in a mascot suit. So there's one right there.
Yep.
And then I don't know what the other ones say, but we're on FNAFlore.com, so they should say. Um, yeah, and as of now, five children are reported missing. Suspect has been convicted. Five children are now linked to the incident at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where a man dressed as a cartoon mascot lured them into the back room. While the That's suspect. I thought that said Muppet. While the suspect has been charged, the bodies themselves were never found. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has been fighting an uphill battle ever since to convince families to return to the pizzeria. It's a tragedy, in quotes. But
Yep.
pretty much like there's a lot of these newspaper clipping. Oh, it says it right here. Oh man, I could have just done that the whole time. And it's like, oh yeah, they're threatening to shut down, and then it's like, oh, they're gonna close by year's end with the CEO of FNAF saying these characters will live on in the hearts of kids. These characters will live on. Um, and apparently, one parent likened the um. Actually, hang on. Let me read it. Let me read this. Local pizzeria threatened with shutdown over sanitation because this bit's important. Local pizzeria Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has been threatened again with shutdown by the health department over reports of foul odor coming out of the much loved animal mascots. Police were contacted when parents reportedly noticed that appear what appeared to be blood and mucus around the eyes and mouths of the mascots. One parent likened them to reanimated carcasses. So it's never outright told to us um, that their bodies were stuffed into the animatronics, but do a little bit of thinking, and you'll figure out, yeah, that man stuffed them into the animatronics.
Yep.
Um, and that's pretty much the entire lore of FNAF 1 is that, hey, some time ago, at a different edition of this pizzeria, what was dubbed by the community as the missing children's incident. 5 kids were killed and put into the mascots. There just so happens to be 5 animatronics in FNAF 1, 4 main ones, and a secret fifth one. Um, then it all goes off the rails. The second FNAF 2 comes around, and you start getting some crazy theories. It wasn't crazy at the time. It's only crazy nowadays. But that's because we had so much more context now, and there's tons of books, and people read the books, and it gets interesting from there. Um, but pretty much it's just like, yeah, like the FNAF lore after FNAF 1 just becomes speculation and theory. Who the entity or entity, or sorry, who the child or who the childs that possess Golden Freddy, which is the secret fifth one in FNAF 1, who are they? Or is there one or is there two people? Like it gets complicated. Um,
Interesting, interesting.
yeah, this is where I wish that I had all 4 games, or all the games whipped up, but
Yep, yep.
um, there's a lot to this stuff. So, what do you want to go into since you're forcing me to do this because I made a joke?
Well, I see. I don't know enough about the lore to actually um, give you a direction.
All right. Well,
So,
the reason why I made the joke is because I've been watching a lot of FNAF theories, and thing that made me make the joke today was because this is going to become PhD FNAF PhD levels of kooky. Um, but in one of the books, I think it's during the Fazbear Frights series of books, there is a story called Didophobia, and in Didophobia, it describes a scene pretty familiar to people who played FNAF 4 because it's effectively just the FNAF 4 gameplay in the book. But what it is the killer of the people kidnapped a random kid, shoved him into this self-sustaining chamber, um, that used hallucinogenic gas to keep the child awake at night, and like animatronic torsos on like railways, to go towards the room and leave when automated and all that. And pretty much what it was is, if you've ever seen FNAF 4's gameplay, it was that in the story, except that it wasn't a nightmare this time. It was hallucinogenic gas in a gas chamber, or in a fear chamber, right?
yep.
And using that story as a basis, I have seen people. Um, real quick, I'm going to pull up another thing. I have seen people. Why is that over there now? Not my Indeed listings. No.
This guy over here
Um,
trying to get a job.
listen, I am trying to get a job. I don't want to hear it. Um,
That's completely
so
understandable.
yeah, in FNAF 6, I don't want version. Here we are. In FNAF 6, you can
Or don't forget
see.
to change your screen share.
Yeah,
Okay, there we go. There we go.
I was pulling it up on a different screen. So you can see this. This is the sister. So FNAF System sister location. It's called sister location, but chronologically it's the sixth game.
Yep,
Um, so in one of the nights, you have to go in and you have to do this breaker cutscene, or this breaker minigame. And this will also come back to um, uh, a thing in a second here. I was trying to I was trying to remember. Trying to remember the name of a room that I'm going to have to bring up in a second here,
yep.
while also trying to look it up. But you have this breaker room, right? And if anyone's seen stuff like FNAF 4 and all that, some of these start to look a little bit familiar, because like all of this stuff in plain white outlines, this is the FNAF 6 bunker, right? This is your gameplay area. I think this is this is your office. Um, then like over here you have like the different areas like that you're usually around. But then like you can see these like lighter places. That's like observation 1, observation 2, and all that, right? So in a later section, you get if you ignore one of the character's instructions who's trying to guide you, you can find yourself in a place called the private room where you can type in a code onto the wall thing right here of 1983, which is relevant because that's when the between night mini games take place. Apparently, or it's common consensus that it takes place in 1983. And you can see this scene after you type in 1983 into this keypad. You can see the FNAF 4 bedroom, FNAF 4 bed, and then the plush trap hallway in FNAF 4.
Yep.
Which a lot of people are like, oh well, here, well, it's one of these is the FNAF 4 bedroom. I don't remember which one is, and then like this is plush trap, right?
Yep.
And they're saying like, oh, clearly the killer, who by the way, the killer is the FNAF 4 crying child's father. Um, Purple Guy or William Afton or the killer. They're all different ways of saying it. William Afton is his name in the book. All we know him in the game as is Afton. So we just call him William. But um, anyway, you have these like always observing it, and oh look, there's the golden plush or the golden like the Fredbear plush that the crying child has in the Night Six or not the Night Six, the FNAF 4 in between night mini games. Um, I'm pulling up a picture now, so you actually you know what I mean. Um, maybe not that one. I
Yep.
get
You
one
may also need
where
to make it so it screen shares your cursor too.
oh, is it not screen sharing my cursor? When I'm
No,
because
no,
I'm
it
on a
has been.
different screen right now. So right now
It
is
wasn't
it
when you
showing my
were on
cursor?
the cameras, uh, or the
Oh, okay.
breaker mini game screen or whatever. Um,
It's probably because I
but
wasn't clicked into that tab. I apologize. Um,
maybe.
right now I'm just looking for a picture that's not of the end scene, so I don't spoil it for anybody. Oh, here we go. Actually, this is a perfect image. So here is that in between night or the end of night minigame where you have the Fredbear plush. You have Fredbear and Friends, 1983, which is where we get the date, and then we have the crying child right here. Um, and of course, it's like, okay, here's his bedroom. These two pictures right here are his bedroom, and then here's the plush trap hallway.
Yeah, it's definitely
And like
not
one of
sharing your
these,
cursor.
is it not?
No, it should be when you right click on the when you right click on your screen share, you should have the option to make it share your cursor.
Where?
Uh, let's see. Um, hmm, maybe not. I thought there was the option.
Yeah. Okay, so on the TV on the monitor screens right here that you can see, the top one and the bottom right one are the FNAF 4 bedroom. Um, that we see in the gameplay, and then the bottom left one is the plush trap hallway. And plush trap is like an in between night mini game that you get that like if you beat it, you get 2 hours removed from the next night. Um, in the breaker map here, one of these two top ones is the bedroom. I think it's the top right one is technically the bedroom. Um, and the bottom left one down there, that grayed out one, is the plush trap hallway. But what people are saying is that like, oh, these white dots that you can see in all excuse me, that you can see in all those. Oh, that's clearly meant to be like the child because that's where we sit in these mini games. Like in the bottom left, when the plush trap hallway, where that white dot instead of the grayed out ones are, that white dot is where you're normally sitting in the minigame and you're stationary. So it's like, oh, the white dot's there's a kid in the observation chamber right now is the common consensus. And it's like, what? Because by the way, all of this hinges on the crying child's death in 1983. Because yes, the crying child dies. And it all hinges upon that. And then it's like, oh, William Afton the killer decides to just go on a murderous rampage to put his son back together because the way that he dies is said to have broken. All right. So I have learned something about my headset now.
Ah, what'd you
So my
learn?
mother called me. My mother called me.
Okay.
Um, and so I have my headset, the new one that I got after my other one broke,
Yep.
can connect via wireless through the dongle that it has or the Bluetooth. So I've connected through Bluetooth on my phone. I have it in goddamn wireless mode. My mother calls me and it connects to my phone automatically.
I see.
Yeah. So anyway, um, okay, where was I? So yeah, the white dot is speculated to be the person in there, and the way that somebody actually, I'll credit them. YouTuber T Dreads is the one that I've been watching, so I'm just gonna credit him, and then you can go watch his videos on this stuff. Has like come up with the theory of effectively that William Afton either Truman showed his own kid or Truman showed another kid. Um, because oh, you know what? I remember what that top left image is. That's the FNAF 4 neighborhood and the house. That's what that is. So it's like, oh, the whole neighborhood's under surveillance. Clearly, this is in the underground bunker because if you can see, each one of these pizza pieces is connecting to the bunker itself. So clearly, they're all part of the bunker.
Yep.
Except that I take problem with that because if you look at how these layouts are, actual connecting pathways between places are these much thicker rectangles. Um, but everywhere that the bunker connects to these grayed out areas is with the same grayed out thing of much thinner rectangles. But then within at least the top left one itself, the much thicker rectangles recommence as if it was a normal pathway. So there's a theory by T Dreads that, William Afton is Truman showing some kid, probably a kid named Cassidy. Cassidy is, remember back to when I was talking about how there might be two spirits in Golden Freddy? Cassidy, and how the crying child was broken and had to be, and Williams said he was going to put them back together. Cassidy is allegedly, under this theory, the child that he Truman showed down in the torture chambers to relive the exact life that his son, the crying child, had. To then kill said child in the same like Fredbear suit, because Fredbear is the one who kills the crying child. Um, in an unfortunate accident caused by his brother. But anyway, go watch FNAF 4. Um, but Cassidy, which is the alleged kid's name, Cassidy then um, is like, oh, I guess I'll just fix this kid by using my experiences that I've lived because, they're the same person now, effectively. Because, the Cassidy got Truman Show and, just go fix it. But I take issue with that because all of this evidence relies on these monitors specifically not just being in a house because it's like it also stems from the FNAF 4 gameplay house, which you can see on those monitors, and the
Yep.
FNAF 4 mini game house aren't the same house.
Yep.
It just isn't. And everyone's saying like, "Oh, right down here is torture chambers because it's connected to the bunker, so it must be underground because the bunker's underground." And we know that the FNAF 4 gameplay house, which we can see here, is a different home, so clearly it's a fake house. And I think what they're all overlooking is just because it's called observation doesn't mean that it's or it's like hallucinogenic, like fear chambers. It could just be that the guy was spying on his own children.
Yep, yep,
And also that the white dots don't explicitly have to be um, like the test victim. It could just be where the camera is placed. Because if you look, here's the plush drive hallway down here in the bottom left. In the bottom left corner of the screen, you see that bottom left screen, the camera's in the same spot. Then if you look into the top right image there, that white dot is roughly in the same spot as that top monitor's camera.
yep.
It could have just been that these are just cameras, nothing else. And then it's like, oh, but the neighborhood's all under surveillance. Sure, that doesn't mean he's replicated it underground and Truman showed his kid. Could just be that he set up a bunch of cameras around the neighborhood, like that one guy you hate in HOAs or just any neighborhood in general. Um, and but it's like, but they're connected to the bunker, and it's like those could literally just be data cables. Like I don't
Mm,
know. Yeah, see, you're a
or
skeptical. Welcome,
vents,
welcome to the
maybe.
FNAF theory. Or
Maybe
what?
vents. Maybe vents. I feel like data cables wouldn't be marked like that, but vents I could absolutely see marked like that.
So what?
Because like
Okay, so
all those boxes
this
appear to be spots that are traversable, and those things connecting them look like they're boxes, not individual lines.
they are boxes. They are rectangular boxes. Those are really thin ones. They're not just individual lines. Um, the reason why I say that they're data cables is just because it's like, well, if these are cameras, these white dots, then it would make sense for me to just run a data cable down.
Yeah,
Um, but like a lot of people do think that like yeah, you can physically get from the FNAF 4 bedroom, the gameplay bedroom, to the bunker is what a lot of people think.
yeah,
Who comes up with these? Because it's like, oh, what else would this breaker mean? I mean, it's being powered by the facility, which is another thing. It is being powered by the facility, so there is a point towards them that's just hands down. Yeah, sure. Excuse me. Observations one and observations two is being powered by the facility, and I think observation one and two are the top ones, the top grayed out ones. Um, so like yeah, that's weird if it's just some house, which is okay. The house is directly above the bunker, the sister location bunker. So it's like, yeah, these are clearly connected to the bunker in some way or another. But then you also have to look up to the newest game, the newest Five Nights at Freddy's game that's been put out called Secret of the Mimic, where it's shown that the FNAF 4 house, gameplay house that is directly adjacent to a place called Murray's Costume Manor that has a giant underground complex
yeah.
that may or may not just be the sister location bunker. So yeah, points in this guy's house connecting to the bunker makes sense in some way or shape or form. Um, but like the top right one is just legit a second floor or second story room.
Yeah.
But whatever. But then it's also like the neighborhood. I think the top left one is the neighborhood that you can see in the mini games. Um, the neighborhood. There's nothing around the FNAF 4 house, the gameplay house. There's just nothing around it. It's on a hill, lonely. Even in Secret of the Mimic. It's just on a lonely hill. Um, Let me see
Interesting.
if I can't find a picture of it.
Yep. Yeah, probably after that we'll call this episode a little bit early.
Yeah. All right. Here is like an out of bounds view of it. So this house right up there in the top left that you can kind of see, that's the house that I'm talking about. And as you can see, there's just nothing but the factory around. It's just up on a hill.
Yep.
And even in uh FNAF 4's menu screen, if I can type out menu correctly. Um you can see that it's just a lonely house in the background.
Yep.
So I mean, like there are things here and there, but let me just get on the record that it irks me. It irks me the wrong way because it relies solely on the fact that of Didiophobia being canon to the games in a book series that has never once been ever mentioned to be canon to the games. After
Yep.
Scott explicitly said after the Silver Eyes trilogy came out, which was the first book trilogy or the book series that came out, said that they were in no way, shape, or form in the same continuity of the games.
Indeed, indeed.
But anyway, that's my 2 cents. My unqualified 2 cents.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Yep.
I can't wait until you're an expert.
No man. Yeah. Let me just continue listening to some FNAF theories.
Yeah, maybe play some more games too. Read some books too
Yeah.
to make sure you're really getting those conspiracy theories going on.
Oh please no! I don't consider the books canonical to the games. Like they're not in the same continuity. See, Scott's already said that like multiple. He said it one time. But
Yep.
for Scott, that's enough times. Um, I don't consider the books. There's one book that is probably canonical to the games and in the same continuity, which is the security log book.
Yep.
Because that like just directly rips imagery from the games and concepts from the games and all that. I think that one's in the continuity of the games. I think everything else is just no. It's same way with the movies. If you've watched the Five Nights at Freddy's movies,
I've watched the first one and
yeah,
that
they
was interesting.
change. They're in their own continuity. They're in their own canon, and they change a lot, even though they have beats that are the same.
Yep.
And a lot of people just like go, oh, this happened in this time because the movie said so, and it's like that's not how you should be doing that.
Yep. Yep. Well, it's been a good episode. I will now change our topic so we can.
And what to outro?
Yep. We're on time for once. By on time, I mean the
Yay!
theme has been changed, or the topic has been changed correctly.
Yay!
Wow.
Now I
Um,
can go back to playing Tarkov.
no, not yet, not yet. For we still
What?
need to do the outro, not just label the topic as outro.
What do you mean we have to actually give our viewers a proper outro?
I know, I know. I mean, they're not even getting this point anyways, but we might as well give it to them.
I know, yeah. If there's anyone who made it through that FNAF ramble, I I'm sorry.
Yep. I if anyone makes it this far in the episode, please let us know in the comments. It'll be great to know that someone made it this far. Um,
Yeah, comment. What the fuck is Elijah doing?
yeah, it just please, um, be concerned for his mental health for all the hours he's
Yep.
putting in. I will say, the past his recently played is better this week. He's only at 70 hours played recently versus 90 that has been the last 2 weeks. So he's doing better. He's doing
70.
better.
I'm at 70 hours. I'm still screen showing. Um, yeah, I'm at 70 hours.
Yeah,
Really?
71.3 hours played recently. So you're doing a little bit better this week. So
Oh,
that's an improvement. But yeah, I hope everyone has enjoyed this episode, and I hope there's been some noticeable improvements. I've been making efforts every single episode to improve the quality of the
yeah.
recording, the quality of our audio, and everything. So I hope people have been noticing that. If you aren't, I'm kind of sad, but let me know what you think might be able to help. And
Yeah,
if you have any topics you'd like us to cover, let us know. We'll
please.
we'll cover just about everything. It's at our discretion what we'll actually cover, but
We're running out of ideas.
we're not necessarily running out of ideas.
We're gonna become a gameplay stream now.
Well, someone else is going to have to record if we do that. I don't have the hardware to do it.
The lower class live stream.
I found out when I was trying to record Stellaris last week that Stellaris, like, my FPS tanks when I do that. Um, but yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed the video. This has been the Lower Class Content Podcast, episode 4. I have been your host, Keith, joined by my guest.
Elijah, the certificate of insanity, man. I
Indeed.
have not played
And
FNAF 7.
hopefully, next episode, we will have at least one more person join us.
I
Yeah.
just realized I was referring to sister locations FNAF 6. That's FNAF 5.
His brain's still in FNAF. Don't be concerned about it. It's better than Tarkov. Maybe. Maybe.
So anyway, I'm gonna go kill Rashal. Actually, it's Sherman.
Yeah. It says he's organizing loot right now in
Oh, I've
Tarkov.
been playing inventory management this entire time.
I believe it. I believe it. Well, have fun, everybody. It's been a great
Bye,
episode.
have a beautiful time.